As I am so incredibly excited to announce that after months and months of trying, after getting so desperate that I went to a temp agency because I just couldn't deal with the unemployment payments anymore. Well, they finally came through, and Tuesday I start a job. No more ramen noodles! Oh, I know, Mom, this has been a long time coming, and it's so long overdue, but I couldn't be more excited. Oh, what am I doing? I'm general managing for some company called Wrestling Geeks and Pariahs. Yeah, I know that I don't know anything about wrestling, but these guys are on a ton of social media pages. I mean, YouTube, 2 Facebook pages, there's a TikTok. Plus, they sent me a bunch of emails with character profiles and recent history in them. So, I'll figure it out. Alrighty, guys, it's time to make this the best first day of work ever. Alrighty, Alan, you've done all your studying, and just remember, if you don't know it, you'll figure it out. Oh, no, I think I did actually get into the place. Interesting layout here. With all due respect, sir, I'm a little hard-pressed to call this an office when it's really just a concrete room with a desk in it and some weird shit on the wall. Yeah, I don't really care if the last guy said it was an office because it has a door. I don't see anything here that looks like that Revolution World Championship. That's the one that has the fist on it, right? The only thing I'm finding here are questions about the last guy. Oh, a show tonight? No way. Really enjoyed getting familiar with you and Chris Champion's work this weekend. I'm sure you guys will kill it tonight. Wait, a WGP show tonight and I'm in charge? Well, at least the commentators will be able to do most of the work for me. Wait, I don't have commentators? Well, guess I'll be figuring this out. Hello, WGP General Manager. Oh, wait, no, hold on. You're like the 5th one this morning. I am sorry, I just got this work phone. I do not write obituaries. TDC, I don't even have an office chair. I have 1 light bulb in this entire room. I have a match card and I don't know anybody. How am I supposed to make this show happen? And he hung up on me, so I guess we're just gonna have to figure this all out together. Whoa. So like when you walk down the ramps, that music just happens in the video. This happened for all of us. I mean, mine really sucks, so I'm gonna have to get that fixed. But, nonetheless, welcome to the very first WGP Uprising under the new management of the one and only Alan Matthews. And guys, I couldn't be more excited to be here today. I mean, earlier today, I didn't even know I was going to be here, but couldn't be more excited to somehow bring this all together and make the best out of the very first WGP Uprising that I get to be your general manager for. Now, walking into the job today, I didn't really know a whole lot about what was going on, but I was lucky enough to get a match card and a little bit of history. And guys, I'll say this much. I wanted to line this first matchup for a very specific reason. Because while I don't know a whole lot about wrestling, what I do know is when you make a debut, you want to make an impact. So for the very first match, under my tutelage, I wanted to make sure that the first man who came out to the ring had a little bit of prestige to him, had a little bit of swagger. So in this very first match, we are going to see a head-to-head competition between one half of our tag team champions in Lil Sweets, and he has taken on a man who has been a promo champion across everywhere he's ever been in the promo universe. The man who is apparently going to be the captain of Team Revolution come Battle Lines later this month, which is something that we have to talk about a little bit later on. But that man is, of course, the one and only Seven. So let's get this WGP Uprising kicked off the right way, and let's go down to our ring announcer, and let's get this match started. All right, well, apparently I really need to get better at reading the fine print and contracts because I do not have a ring announcer. So, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I will be taking care of that for you as well. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena. One half of your World Tag Team Champions, This is Lil Sweets.
Has life got you down? Did your dog get run over by the postman?
We are the savages, eating you alive. The original villains in the night. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. We are the savages, we are the savages. Out on the fringe of society's where we lie, because we're lethal liabilities till we die. Only the call of the mob won't follow the pack, 'cause the sound of the straw is the soundtrack.
And his opponent, the captain for Team Revolution 7.
Tonight, 7, I'm gonna be the one who shows you just how big of a fucking mistake you've made accepting this match, because I've been waiting nearly 6 months now, since March 26th to be exact, 200 days to rip into everyone's favorite sideshow freak, and you can bet your ass I will right the wrong of the injustice done to me that evening here tonight at Uprising. Because if you were to be completely honest with yourself, the run you've been on the last few months, you've been popping in and out of the WGP and Revolution, has been complete shit. No gimmick matches to quite frankly save your ass, 7. I've had nothing to distract me like your last opponent. So guess what, dickhead? That means nothing good for you, because a Lil Sweet solely focused on taking you down is something you can never hope to contend with. And I'm telling you, here and now, by the end of Uprising, you will be nothing more than Lil Sweet's baby back bitch. 7, I'm not here to make friends, motherfucker. I'm here to win high-profile matches. And you can save all that. I'm gonna put you on display in your asylum bullshit for the next guy. Because I've been there and I've done the asylum thing. And I gotta tell you, asshole, it was more like spending time in Pee-wee's Playhouse rather than 7's asylum. Here tonight at Uprising, your name is getting taken off the list of Lil Sweet in the most violent, uncomfortable way possible. There will be bloodshed. There will be hurt feelings. I can guarantee you that. There will be everything that makes a little sensitive ass pussy boy like you, 7, tuck his tail in between his legs and hightail it out of the WGP and Revolution for another 2 to 3 months after I beat that ass here tonight at Uprising, bitch. 7. You and I have been two very different promo artists as of late. You've never been more unsure of yourself, your confidence at an all-time low, content to be the big fish in a little pond, while I, on the other hand, have never been more sure of anything in my life, my confidence in myself and my abilities. And this one for you, Jeffrey, is well to the moon. And it's that confidence that I have in myself that makes me know that without a shadow of a doubt, at the end of Uprising, I'm gonna leave you laying in a puddle of your own piss, blood, vomit, and shit, motherfucker. But you need not worry, though. I'm going to leave just enough of you left, 7, so I can watch you crawl into battle lines like the broke dick-looking dog that you are and Captain Team Revolution right into the fucking ground, buddy. Uprising has honestly been so much fun, and it's been so enjoyable to have gotten to slap your ass around like a little bitch this evening. But I didn't do it because I dislike you. In fact, 7, I like you a whole hell of a lot more than I do most people in that locker room. I did it so I can deliver one last parting message, and that is, there's no reason to fear failure. But 7, if you fail in leading Team Revolution to a win over Team WGP at Battle Lines, you will have reason to fear Lil Sweet. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a moment we've all been waiting for. It is uprising here inside the WGP and Revolution, and you're all going to bear witness to the decimation, annihilation, destruction of Lil Sweet. You are 7 sacrificial lamb tonight, and I'm going to make an example of you, little baby sweet, as I like to call you, because I told everyone it is my ascension to the top of the mountain where I belong. You're just a guy that's in my way, just another obstacle that 7 has to push down and break through to get exactly what he wants, and that is a shot at one of these WGP or Revolution titles. You see, Lil Sweet, me and you have faced off before, but it was in a forbidden land far, far away. And when we faced off in that forbidden land, I beat the ever-living shit out of you. I sent your ass packing with your tail tucked between your legs, never to be heard from again. And here you are, inside the WGP, inside the Revolution. You see, when we faced off in that forbidden land far away, I gave you some advice in that last match, didn't I? I said you will never amount to shit. You would never be successful if you never left the big man's shadow. Well, Big Sweet, congratulations. You took my advice, and now you're not in the big man's shadow no more. You got some tag team gold sitting pretty on your shoulder, but now you're in the shadow of a fucking villain. You're leeching off of his success, riding his coattails, if you will. Well, let me tell you something, Lil Sweet. You are going to be made a joke of the night. I'm going to make sure that you know your place inside the WGP, inside the Revolution. And that's beneath 7. The 7 is angry, he's pissed off, and there's nothing more deadly than a 7 that has his eyes on the prize, 100% focused on what's next, putting my all into the WGP, into the Revolution. Because I admit it, my heart wasn't in it this whole time, and I'm here to make up for lost time. I'm here to show and prove to everyone in that locker room that this is my time to lead the WGP, to lead the Revolution. It's my time to sit on top of the mountaintop and make an example out of you, Lil Sweet, because I'm going to spill your blood tonight. Your blood is going to be on the hands of 7, and I'm going to wipe it on my face as a trophy to show everyone what happens when you fuck with 7, when he's on his path of destruction. I'm going to totally annihilate you, your very fiber of your soul and your being. You are going to be nothing but shit after I'm done with you. You're going to be nothing but mush at my feet, and you're going to wonder. You are going to wonder why you took this match with 7. You see, you're so damn lucky that 7 doesn't have a tag team partner here tonight to take the title from you. Because I would, Lil Sweet. You see, you need to change up your gimmick. You need to do something different, Lil Sweet. Every time you're on screen, it's always boring. You're up here, up close, with it zoomed into your face, speaking fast, incoherently, looking like a hairy talking nutsack. Well, I'm going to tell you tonight, you're going to be 7, bitch. You're going to cry, you're going to complain, you're going to cry wee-wee all the way back home to Big Brother Sweet. It said 7 kick your ass, and he is going to hug you and give you the comfort that you need, because your soul, your mind, your personality, if you will, everything will be different and belong and stay forever into 7's asylum. Yeah, good night, Lil Sweet, my little baby back bitch.
And your winner, the captain of Team Revolution 7!
It is the fun of trivia and the excitement of a tag team wrestling match, and it is coming soon. From the open, today's lockup category is WWE Champions. To the comeback, Hot Tag! Hot Tag, a 400-point swing hangs in the balance, with questions so easy you'll think that everybody can answer them. Making the tag to his partner for double points. And questions so hard, you'll think that nobody can answer them. Putting the heat on the other team, the question goes to you. Join RYK as we present you Hot Tag Wrestling Trivia Challenge. Hot Tag Wrestling Trivia Challenge is now casting teams of 3 to play in the game. Join up over at Revolution and Wrestling Geeks and Pariahs for eligibility and information.
Well, my goodness, guys, what absolute fantastic action for my very first WGP Uprising, and more importantly, the very first match. I mean, I went back and watched the archives, and I can't remember the last time we saw a match that good to kick off a WGP Uprising. So thank you to one half of our tag team champions, Lil Sweets. Thank you to the other competitor, the winner of that match, the captain of Team Revolution for Battle Lines later this month, Mr. 7, for opening the show off in fantastic fashion. And I'm sure that everybody out there in the audience was just as impressed as your brand new general manager is. But we can't sit around for too long. We have to move on to the next thing. And the next thing, of course, is going to be our second match, because it's not enough to have one half of the tag team champions. No, your new GM, he needed the other half of the tag team champions. So our next match is going to see the villain take on a bright and shining upcomer, a man who the general manager, Alan Matthews, definitely backs, in Hollywood Haywood. Now, we don't really know a whole lot about this competitor just yet, except that he impressed in his first outing. Now, didn't exactly come out with a win, but he was facing the now Revolution World Champion A-List. So I think everybody's very excited to see what he brings in this match here this evening. And let's go ahead and we'll take it down to the ring to get this match started. Approaching first, one half of your tag team champions, the Villain.
We are the Savages, eating you alive. The original villains in the night. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. We are the Savages, we are the Savages. Out of the cringe of society's where we ride, because we're lethal liabilities till we die.
And his opponent, Hollywood Haywood.
I came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees. I came to say goodbye to the good old days. They're never coming back. Much if you I came to play. Get my dues paid. I guess you had a dream, but it can't be saved. I came to play.
Hollywood Haywood, I would like to introduce you to Uprising. Now, Uprising is going to be a familiar name that you're going to continue to hear throughout this whole entire night. Isn't it funny how you, my friend, are probably one of the toughest competitors I am going to go against? And yet, I am not taking you lightly.
Thank you for the introduction, villain, but I am already very familiar with Uprising. Maybe you didn't do your homework like I did mine. Or maybe you did, because it seems you don't want to take me lightly.
You may have impressed every single body from not only here in the WGP, but also the Revolution. Isn't it funny how all of a sudden you, my friend, after not only losing your very first match in a heroic effort versus our new Revolution champion, but you showed up again and won your second match. And this time, not only did you get your opportunity to go at our Havoc champion, you also stood in my way.
Ho, 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 ho! There's nothing funny about that whatsoever. You see, that was a calculated move. And yeah, I may have lost against A-List Alverson, but hello! I am the #1 contender for the Havoc Championship.
But isn't it great how only in a few matches you were able to take that opportunity? Now, what I want you to do for me is not waste that opportunity. Bad Superman isn't any business to be messed with. Do not play with your food. Just sit there, go to business, and take him out.
In our moment of competition, you have become my biggest fan, and you're telling me not to play with my food? It seems like to me that maybe, just maybe, you have not paid attention to what I am capable of. I don't play with my food. It seems like that's what you're trying to do right now, and I'm not falling for it.
But then again, there is the other side of Hollywood Haywood. The man who thinks he is the Miz. The man who thinks he is one step above the others. But yet, couldn't even get past A-List Alverson. But man, you're going against the other A-list talent here in the Revolution and WGP. I am a main event caliber talent that could end you.
Ho, 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 buddy, that's rich. I don't think I'm above the other talent. I know I'm above the other talent. And I definitely know that I'm above you. You're not an A-lister. You're not a main eventer. Hell, if it wasn't for your tag team partner, Lil Sweet, you wouldn't even have that title right now. And last time I checked, didn't you open up the pay-per-view last week?
Because isn't it funny how you were a little long in the tooth to be going against all the young sharks here in the Revolution and WGP. So maybe at the end of the night, I will do the Revolution and WGP a favor by taking you behind the woodshed and taking you out.
Oh, again, you seem very damn sure of yourself. So sure of yourself that you didn't even bring your tag team partner here tonight. You see, I promised, I guaranteed that everyone in WGP and Revolution would remember the night that Hollywood Haywood defeated the villain. They would remember where they were the night Hollywood Haywood defeated the villain. And do you know why that is, villain? Do you really want to know why that is?
From the way I see it, I respect you enough to give you a fair match. But I respect you enough to also end you if you let me. You're also going against the main event talent of the Revolution in WGP. It is not because I said it. It's because this tells me it.
So I guess you're not curious. You see, you talk about respect, and on the same sentence talk about ending me. Well, let me tell you something. I promised the world that they would remember this day. You see, I don't respect you, villain. And I am willing to do whatever it takes to make a name for myself in this company. And you see, unlike your dumb ass, I didn't come alone. Do you really think I'd walk into enemy territory alone? So, as I promised to the world, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Entourage.
The following announcement has been paid for by Entourage.
Oh, you didn't know?
Well, your ass is about to need an ambulance! That loud motherfucker, that's Hodgson. You know him.
But you didn't know Hodgson was Entourage.
That other one, that's the chosen one.
CPG.
And he's a psychotic Irishman. You think Tyson Fury likes getting punched in the mouth? You've never met anybody like CPG. As for me, you don't know me, but you will soon enough. I am the army of one, and I round out this ragtag bunch of alcohol-drinking violence enthusiasts.
Speaking of violence, this punk doesn't have any of his backup. Well, we do. Should we make an example out of him?
I have a scrap.
Oh, and villain, this isn't personal. Well, actually, yeah, it is. But it's also business, too. Enjoy your nap.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by Entourage.
Well, and your winner by disqualification, the villain, and very interesting segment there, guys. I mean, apparently I'm not the only one making my debut tonight, as we just saw the Entourage come out and assist Hollywood Haywood in quite the beatdown of one half of our World Tag Team Champions. Now, what does this mean for the Tag Team Champions who have a title defense in a mere 10 days? And what does this mean for further implications in the tag team division down the line? Is quite a few gentlemen there, and hard pressed to not believe that there's a tag team amongst them, right? And they're beating down the tag team champions for a reason. So very, very interested in seeing the plethora of possibilities come out of that storyline that are there. And great job to everybody who was a part of it. We saw a lot of shots taken both ways, and then of course there at the end we saw the big shock with the new Entourage stable showing up. So, as WGP GM, I can be more excited to see where this goes next, and I'm sure everybody out there agrees with me. This seems like as good a time as any to talk a little bit about the opposite team that will be facing the tag team champions come battle lines in the only actual title defense of the entire pay-per-view, when the tag team champions, the Paradox, the Villain, and Lil Sweet, who we saw in our first two matches, they're going to take on the Lifeblood, which has been revealed to be Briggy and Josh Steele. And we're actually going to see those two men in our next two matches. But before we get to that, let's talk about the rest of the Battle Lines card real quick. So October the 24th, put it on your calendars. We are going to see WGP champions take on your favorite Revolution champions. Let's see. I've got it right here. Give me one sec. There we go. There's the ticker for it. So on the 24th, we're going to see the Outbreak champion go head-to-head with the Havoc champion. So we are once again going to see tag team partners dueling it out. The shot callers are split down the middle. On one side, you've got Bossolini. On the other side, you've got Bad Superman. That should be a hell of a showcase. The CEO's already said, no friendship match this time around. If you lay down for your tag team partner, you are going to be stripped of your championship. So that should give those men more than enough motivation to go at it full bore, I would think. We're also going to see whoever our WGP World Heavyweight Champion is after tonight, and we'll talk about that match in a moment as well. Go head-to-head with the Revolution Champion. Of course, we all know now that is A-List Alverson, and very excited to see the title run that he puts together. Couldn't be a more deserving champion. That was a hell of a triple threat that they put on there at Sabotage, and very, very proud to call him the Revolution World Champion, no doubt about it. But then there's the match that I think everybody's talking about, which is the Team WGP versus Team Revolution match, and that's gonna be a barn burner because the team that wins that is gonna walk out with a golden ticket for every single competitor that allows them to cash in for a championship opportunity on their respective brands. So it's gonna create a lot of chaos coming out of battle lines, and it's gonna be really interesting to see how that all plays out. But before we can see how Battle Lines plays out, we've got to finish up tonight. And our next match is going to feature one half of that Lifeblood team that we were just talking about. One half of that team that will challenge for the World Tag Team Championships in just 10 days. And Mr. Briggy. And Mr. Briggy is getting a chance to take on a newcomer, a guy making a debut tonight in TonsterDamus. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get these guys out here. And let's get this match underway. Making his way to the ring, one half of the tag team that calls itself the Lifeblood, former WGP World Champion, Jay Briggy.
Die fucker! I bet you think you said it all when you did. No, you're not even close. Don't you think a little close? No, to those who gave.
And making his WGP debut, TonsterDamus.
The Natural Dumbass, welcome to the party and your very first match here in the WGP. But tonight you get a very unglued Jay Briggy. Tonight you get the Briggy that has been unchained because the battle lines have been drawn. And tonight it's time for a true uprising. The uprising of the Lifeblood. And you, my friend, you play a very important part in that here tonight. As you become the very first sacrifice, the very first victim to the Lifeblood. You come out here and you talk about 20 years. 20 years ago you had so much love for the wrestling business, but you lost it along the way. But the people here in this group, and this group alone, they helped bring that love of wrestling back and put it into your heart. But then you were matched up with me. Then you got me as your debut match. And after the beatings you received, after the suffering you go through here tonight, I will single-handedly be the reason why you loathe this business again, why you absolutely hate it. Because you can take everything you thought you knew and loved about this business, and I'm about to beat it right out of you. Because people like you, you really get under my skin, you really get in my head, you make my blood boil. Because to you, people like you, you're just happy to be here. This is just all fun and games. This is just a hobby. For me, I'm not happy just being here. I'm not happy fighting people at the bottom, such as yourself. I'm not happy if I'm not at the top holding one of those championships that I made relevant here in this company. people like you just make me sick. Because people like Josh Steele, people like myself, we're not just happy to be here. This isn't a game to us. This is a lifestyle. We put our blood, sweat, and tears into this ring every time we step out here. And you think you're going to come in here and you're going to make it to the top by putting on a smile and charming the pants off of everybody here. But we've seen that time and time again. And we don't fall for that. You said I could have came out here and been a cordial. I could have done this differently, but you haven't been paying attention. I took the low road, but it's the easiest road to the top here. I am a man who does what it takes to get to the top, and you're a man who's going to stay at the bottom unless you make a decision and you follow the right leadership. But you said one thing that really stuck out to me. One thing that really pissed me off. You called me Briggs like you know me. You don't know me, motherfucker. You don't know me. And everything you're going to want to know, you're going to find out here tonight, and you're going to hope that you didn't. You say that I called you the new guy, but you're not new. It doesn't give a damn to me what you've done outside these walls. So here in this business, in this corporation, you have done nothing. So you are just a new guy. You're just a rookie. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let another bottom bitch come in here and beat me here tonight. But you get a choice just like everybody else here in the WGP. And I think you know what that is. It can help pave the path to your career. So that question is, are you with us or are you against us?
I will always be against you.
That was the wrong answer, motherfucker.
Damn! You got knocked the fuck out, son! Looks like it's on to victim number 2, huh, Briggy?
So we finally made it to Uprising. And how fitting of a title, you know, since I'm here now. With that being said, since I've been on this page, I wanted to tell a story. And I think I've done a good job at that so far. This story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Just like any story. Except this story's special. Not only because it involves me, but because it involves you, Briggy. You're a big part of this story. You know why? Because you brought my focus back. You took my focus off the past 20 years. And you brought it to the now. You brought it to you. So thank you. Thank you for that. If you haven't realized, this is a thank you video. You see, Briggy, I told you you made a mistake. You underestimated me. You took me for granted. There's a reason for that. It's because you messed with somebody that's been a wrestler since he was 0. See, wrestling is up here. Being a wrestler is up here. In here, I have always been a wrestler. If wrestling's my religion, the WGP Gold are my gods. And I'll stop at nothing to get to that point. That means going through you. See, I'm named TonsterDamus for a reason. One being, I predict your wrestling future. You see, Brig, The 1, 2, 3 has already happened. You just don't know it yet. I told you. I told you. I know something you don't know. And that's that I win this one. I thought this was a thank you video. Turns out, it's an in memoriam. Told you, Briggy. It already happened. 1, 2, 3. It's not a threat. It's a promise. From the Damus.
And your winner, Briggy!
To all the revolutionaries and pariahs out there, we have this special announcement for you. Do you wish to hold gold in the revolution in WGP? Are you afraid that your talents aren't good enough? Then, my friends, this offer is for you. Then order yourself the official WGP and Revolution replicas. You can have it all, from the Outbreak Championship, the Havoc Championship, the Tag Team Championships that I'm holding on my shoulder, and not only the Revolution, but also WGP Championship. But ladies and gentlemen, if an official replica title does not tickle your fancy, get your minis. So if you want to be like me and all the other champions out there, join the gold standard today by calling Patrick Shane.
Man, you know, I have got quite the collection of the minis over here, but I don't have that gorgeous tag team one yet. So definitely have to look to invest into that. And as you heard, just reach out to Patrick Shane if you'd like to get that, or even a full-size replica of one of our gorgeous WGP or Revolution championships, guys. And before I can move on, how can I not go back for a moment and talk a second at least about that fantastic match we just saw? You know, Jay Briggy, from what I understand, has really switched his style up lately, and tonight it proved effective as he was able to knock off the newcomer in TonsterDamus. But, you know, for Tonster, I want to send out the message that I think I'm hearing throughout the comments I can see from everywhere in the WGP and Revolution universe, and that's, you've got it, kid. Don't give up just because you lost your first match. I think probably most of us here can say that happened to us. So, you know, keep your head up. It was a great first showing and a really fun third match here on the card this evening. Let's see, check notes real quick. All right, so it looks like the next match we have up is actually going to feature the other half of the Lifeblood, and Josh Steele taking on a man who is, according to my notes, a cornerstone here of the WGP, and one Mr. NDT. Now, Mr. NDT has had some ups and downs, but I think based on everything I can see here, he's had quite the growth over the last 6 months or so, and seeing him get a chance to go head-to-head with a guy like Josh Steele is going to be quite entertaining. So let's not hold this up any longer. Let's get these guys down to the ring, and let's see what they have for us tonight. Oh, making his way to the ring first, NDT! and his opponent, Josh Steele.
Die fucker! I'll bet you think you said it all when you did it. No, you're not even close. Don't you think a little credit due to those who gave?
WGP NDT here. Match of matches. Me against Steele. Steele, there's only one thing you remind me of, and that is the New Age Outlaws. Their catchphrase. And that goes, you didn't know. You better ask somebody. And that is what you've been doing since you came here. First with the BC. You kiss their ass and eat shit. And then you went to the corporation as the younger prodigy, the next natural talent, the next promo god. And what did you do? You kissed ass and ate shit to get yourself a title match for the WGP Championship. You thought it was going to be easy because the hands were being greased and blackmail was rife. But you didn't realize that that was a mistake, because it wasn't the corporation that was greasing hands, and it weren't the blackmail of the corporation that done it. They realized that their biggest prodigy, their biggest legacy became their biggest liability, and that was you. That's why both factions that you were in went belly up, because you missed out and you believed in the Rule 101 not being your biggest fan, and that's what you came and had a god complex, and that they saw and they knew they had to bring you down. The corporation got split so they could distance themselves from you, so they did not have to hold liability for your mistakes, for your oversized fucking ego. But you didn't see that, did you? You didn't see what was coming when they put you against Harry. Harry wiped the floor with you because of the grease hands and the blackmail that went hand in hand. And that is when they realized that you were nothing but an egotistical prick. And I have just wiped the fucking floor with you. the original gangster. Gentlemanly gangster.
Oh, NDT! NDT, my old friend. You've grown ever so silent over these last few days. Now why? Why is that? Are you contemplating your own endless demise? Are you thinking infinitely about all your bad decisions and your failures? About how you always seem to put your foot in your mouth and jinx yourself? You came out here and you accused me of being a cowardly man. You said that I was going to do something here tonight to take the easy way out. But what's about to happen here tonight? What's going to happen isn't going to be easy on either one of us. No. But would you like to know, NDT? Would you like to know what I think's cowardly? You see, cowardly is a man who refuses to see his own self-worth, his own place. Cowardly is a man who refuses to see the man in the mirror. But we see you, NDT, we do. You see, you work so hard, you try so hard to fit in around here, to reach the very pinnacle, to win a championship, to validate all of your hard work. But every time you're on the precipice of greatness, you falter and you fall back to the bottom. But you've been taught that it's okay to be complacent with that, to accept that. As long as you have good sportsmanship, it's okay to be beat down to the bottom time and time again. You see, we see your potential, NDT. We see what you can become. But you are a man who is scared of the true nature of the beast that lies inside of you. This is why I gave you a choice. And still you remain silent. You scoff at my gift and remain silent. That's why here tonight, no matter what you choose, no matter your decision, no matter the outcome, quite simply put, you're coming with us. Take him to the compound.
Hey, NDT. Up here. There he is. You see, NDT, Josh Steele, he asked you one simple question. Just one, and all you had to do was give him a simple answer, and you refused to do so. And that is why you are in the predicament you are in right now. Because you see, NDT, you left us no choice. Now we have to make an example out of you to let everybody else know in the WGP that the lifeblood will not play around. The lifeblood means business. So, NDT, I will ask you just one more time. Just one more time. Are you with us? Or are you against us? Choose wisely.
Ashes. You all fall down. WGP. We are the lifeblood. And us three came together for one reason. And it is because we are sick and tired of how the WGP has been ran lately. When we brought the WGP back to life, this was not the envision that we had for it. We had the vision of that ruthless style of promoing. But nowadays, WGP is just a popularity contest, and it is all about who can make you laugh the is no talent in what is being done in the WGP anymore. So this is the declaration of war. The lifeblood is coming, and we are ridding the poison that we injected ourselves with. No longer will we sit to the side while the WGP is made a mockery. So tonight, WGP, we have one question, and one question only, and that is, are you with us, or are you against us? Now choose your answers wisely.
And your winner, by way of disqualification, NDT!
Just still. Lifeblood. Here is your response. That response is this. Welcome a new member to the Lifeblood, but my servitude is not to you. My allegiance is not to you. I am an equal of Lifeblood. But welcome, NDT, to Lifeblood. Let's raise hell.
Let me be serious for a second. I do like to clown around a lot, but I don't clown around when it comes to my toilet paper. And those other Charmin bears are full of crap. As a matter of fact, the only thing that Charmin toilet paper has in common with me is it doesn't take crap off no one. So if you want a heavy-duty toilet paper that can take care of those oily stews or those big stumps is what I like to call it. You want to get Grumpy Grizzly Bear toilet paper. Grizzly. Oh yeah, it can take care of the biggest dumps. Trust me on this.
Just remember, if you gotta poop, use Grizzly toilet paper. It's the best toilet paper of them all. It's better than Charmin. It's the best thing around. It's Grizzly toilet paper.
Has life got you down? Did your dog get run over by the postman? Did your wife run off with the milkman? Is your anxiety kicking in and your meds aren't working anymore? Well, I got just the thing for you. Mama Sweet Cosmic Funky Brownies. Mama Sweet Cosmic Funky Brownies. They'll get you lifted.
Oh, those commercials are some of my favorite parts of these shows that I've gotten to sit and watch over the last weekend. And, as Chris Champion always says, we want to get more of that content here on the page and here on our show. So if you've got an idea, by all means, just bring it to he and I, and we'll help you put it together and make it look real nice. That way we can run it in between these segments and make everything more cohesive, because it really is truly one of the things that makes the WGP and the Revolution revolutionary. So, taking a look back at that last match, that was quite the encounter we had between NDT and Josh Steele, and looks like we had the Lifeblood come out with a surprise third member, and I'm going to skip that part about them bashing management, because who really cares what they think when they hide beneath a mask, but I will go on to say that, congratulations to Mr. NDT, and, the Lifeblood better be a little bit more intelligent about their use of time when they get to this tag team championship match, because something tells me that the guys who already have the belts know how to utilize their time a little bit better than what I just saw. So let's see. Huge announcement here. Huge announcement. We are sitting here at WGP Uprising right now. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got to say RIP to an absolutely phenomenal brand. Uprising has done WGP very, very well. But come next month on the 11th, there's going to be a little bit of a change. The very next bi-weekly show we are going to host is going to be on November the 11th. And since the date is 11/11, I got to make a wish. And my wish was I didn't just want to be able to call the matches for WGP, but I want to be able to call the matches for Revolution as well. So starting on the 11th of November, when we have our very next Uprising, it is going to be WGP and Revolution. Let that one bake in for a second. And while you do, let's get to our final matchup of the night, guys. And, for all the great action we have seen, I think this is the moment that everybody has waited for, as we get to see one of the cornerstones of the WGP challenge for the WGP World Heavyweight Championship against the undefeated Harry in his very first title defense. And I don't really need to build this one any more than that. I think everybody already knows what it means to this brand in this show. So let's get right down to the action. Making his way to the ring, one of the cornerstones of the WGP, a man who has found success everywhere in the promo universe, the Warden.
Are you looking for me? You'll find us underneath the ground. Yeah. Hey, are you looking for me? You'll find us underneath the ground. Yeah.
And his opponent, he is the undefeated WGP World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Harry! Well, somehow we don't have the WGP World Heavyweight Champions intro. Well, we're just going to skip to the match.
Here we are in Uprising. It's the Warden versus Harry for the WGP Heavyweight Championship. You see Harry There's too much on the line for me to back down and go away. See, I was a thorn in the side of everybody in the locker room. You see, Harry, everybody thinks the Warden will come out here and say what he says and does what he does like he always does. But you know what, Harry? There's too much on the line here tonight at Uprising. Because the Warden did not come here to play. The Warden came to kick your ass. You see, he's still out there with that party city budget mask. Harry, tell me something. Where do you shop to find those sleeveless shirts of yours? You must buy them on half price. See, if I was a chicken, I wouldn't be wearing shirts like that. You see, Harry, a man has to have muscle. You see, Harry, you can talk all the shit you want, Harry, at the end of the night. It doesn't matter to me, Harry, because the Warden will keep coming at you. The Warden will keep going. The Warden will not go away. The Warden will not be taken out. See, I was given this shot at the WGP Heavyweight Championship for a reason. You see, management knew I had the balls. Management knew I had what it takes. And tonight at Uprising, I will not only dominate, I will decimate, I will rip you to shreds, Harry. So you can take your mask and I'll wipe my ass with it, Harry, because all you do is run your fucking mouth, Harry, and you think you're the man, but you're just holding the strap for the real man in front of you. See, Harry, I will not back down, I will not go away, I will not give up, and tonight at Uprising, I will not only take your title, but I will wipe my ass clean with your mask, Harry, and when it's done and over with, and it's all said and done, Harry, the Warden is the man that came to Uprising tonight to take your gold. Not only as the man, as the Warden. You see, others thought the Warden was soft. Others thought the Warden would back down. Others thought the Warden would go away. But tonight at Uprising, Harry, I will charge forward, aim directly, speak my words directly to you, Harry. Because you know what, Harry? The Warden didn't come to play at Uprising because I come and I'm gonna let you know, Harry. You see, others put me down. You want to make fun of me, Harry? You want to talk shit? But you know what, Harry? Nothing you can do, nothing you can say can make me go away, Harry. Because I'm Uprising. The only thing that's going to be Uprising is the Warden. When I stand over you and take your title and look you directly in the eyes, Harry. You see, son of a bitch, you started something that you're not going to be able to finish here tonight. Because the Warden will tear you apart verbally. The Warden will tear you apart mentally. And the Warden will get inside your head, Harry. You see, management knew the Warden wouldn't fuck around when it came to this match tonight at Uprising. Because I didn't come to play, I come to rip you apart. I've come to verbally assassinate you, Harry. And I'm gonna take your title and prove to everybody in the fucking locker room who's really the man tonight at Uprising. So everybody tried to step forward, tried to put the Warden down, put me out, and put me away. But you see, the Warden keeps fighting, coming back for more. Because the Warden don't stop. And I won't stop till I get enough. And then Uprising, Harry, I ripped your fucking title out of your hand, shit down your neck, and threw the mic on the floor. It's over and said and done, bitch.
Well, WGP, some of you fine folks might be wondering what brought the A-lister over to this side of the fence. You see, I heard some whispering and some whistling about an uprising, and as a bit of a marquee revolutionary myself, I had to come over and check things out, because you see, tonight's main event has some serious implications on how I'm going to be spending my time at battle lines. So I got my bottle, I got my belt, I'm going to have a seat and enjoy the show, and may the best looking man win.
WGP, here we are, main event, and Warden, let's just go ahead and get this ass whipping out of the way, shall we? I still don't understand why you're in this match tonight. I mean, I'm already getting shit from other guys on the roster because this is my title defense. Like, I wanted this. Who the fuck wants to face the Warden? I mean, honestly, man, you're harder to prepare for than the main eventers on the roster because there's literally nothing entertaining about you. You're boring, you're stale, you're repetitive. It's the same promo every single time, you just change a line or two. And I said, what can be said to the Warden that has not already been said about him? Well, I decided I'm going to take a different route. Because when I went back and watched our last match, I realized I was wrong about one thing. And that was when I said, Warden, if you don't get some promo lessons, this would be your one and only title shot in the WGP. And, well, frankly, that was incorrect, Tom. Because in spite of the fact you have not gotten any better, in my humble opinion, management insists on bestowing these opportunities to you. So I decided if management's going to give you title shot after title shot, Harry's going to go ahead and smarten you up to this business a little bit. I mean, when I watched your hype and I saw you say the wrong name of the show, not once, not twice, 3 or 4 times, I said this cannot be an isolated incident. So I took a closer look at your work and I found a litany of errors in that hype alone. I mean, at one point, you said, Harry, we may have met in the past, but the past is the past. And while I agree, I am looking forward to the future as well. Harry has a very bright one. But then just 60 seconds later, you came out and said, the Warden is unlike anyone you've seen before. Harry? Warden, we've already established, we've had a match. I beat your ass in that triple threat. You have got to clean up these mistakes, man. So I went back and watched some of your other matches, and the one against Bossellini stood out to me because you were in rare form that night. Not only did you fail to insult that man one time, you had maybe my favorite line in promo history, and that is, I've had bigger pieces of shit in my corn than you. What does that even mean? Did you mean to say bigger pieces of corn in your shit? Like, it won't been there, but come on, man, that's crude. That's not going to win you promo matches, alright? And speaking of the not insulting people thing, look, in this business, you have to be mean. And I know you try to sound mean, you come out here with your Mr. Krabs music, but you do your best Batman impersonation, and, you know, you're a good gas guy. You can gas yourself up real well. The silverback gorilla, the great white shark, stacked and jacked, you're unchained, 5'9", 265, man. You tell us every week, alright? But you have got to take shots at guys. That is the only way you're going to win matches. You got to try to hurt people's feelings. Don't worry, we don't take it personally, okay? We'll still chill in the locker room. It's fine. Warden, the question you really need to ask yourself, man, is what am I even doing here? Why am I in this match tonight? We know it's not because you earned it, because that's not the case. And we know you couldn't have been management's first choice, because that would be a fucking disaster. Maybe it's because all the other guys in the back have realized there is no one on this roster that is on Harry's level. I am a notch above everyone else. And frankly, Warden, you're too dumb. You're too naive to see it. You think you've got to take every opportunity you can. So I've got one last piece of advice for you, man. Go team up with NDT, because you guys are handed shot after shot without having to win. So I guarantee you team up with him, your next match would be for the tag team championships, you and NDT, and maybe you'll get lucky eventually. I fucking doubt it. Hey, next time we'll share some more lessons, Warden. Until then, toodles.
And your winner, and still WGP World Heavyweight Champion, Harry! Hey, big congratulations to Harry there on the win. Way to retain that title. You know, Warden, that was a very stout effort, my friend. I'm very certain that you're going to see yourself back in title matches here very soon, since that seems to be the running joke everybody wants to make anyways. But hey, I mean, if you want to trade places, I'll happily take all the title matches. I think that's all their problem. But hey, anyways, great show tonight, guys. Thanks for being a part of my very first WGP Uprising. And please don't forget to join us in 10 days on the 24th of October for WGP and Revolution presents Battle Lines. But until then, have a great night.